So Kanye West was barred from the courts. The judge was obviously afraid that Kanye West would influence the jury and therefore made sure that he was not around or allowed to be in the main courtroom. This was what I mentioned a couple of days ago, and a lot of people were confused because he was there, but he was banned. It's been confirmed by multiple sources, and I want to just reiterate this, that a judge reportedly barred both Kanye and his wife from entering the courtroom. The judge was concerned their presence could influence the jury. This has been confirmed by the Telegraph and many other sources. But the day after that, he came to court and sat with one of Diddy's sons, as reported by many people. So there was some confusion as to what is going on. Was he barred? Was he not barred? He was barred, but then he returned the next day to come and sit with one of Diddy's sons and was there for 30-40 minutes and then left. Either the Diddy madness shook him and he left, or he wanted to just come for a PR moment to say, I support the man, here for 30-40 minutes, I'm bored, let me go do something else, because he just didn't want to sit there for the entire day, because he realized that pretending to be a friend and publicly support somebody is just, he can't be bothered to do it because it's not about him, and that man is just completely selfish. Hey guys, it's Murad Morali, daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get straight into this madness. Let's get straight into this video. So Diddy's lawyers are pissed. They're angry, they're furious, they're upset. They have sent a shocking letter to the judge today as of a couple of hours ago, and I'm going to read it out to you guys. Dear Judge Arun, the defense submits this letter in further support of its vigorous opposition to striking juror, a black man. Mr. Combs would be substantially prejudiced by the dismissal of this juror, and because there is no factual basis to remove him under Fazio, the court lacks discretion to do so. Moreover, if the supposed inconsistencies in his answers to the court's questions were truly of concern, if the court strikes juror, we respectfully request that a mistrial be declared. We understand that the court has refused to find any discriminatory motive in the government's actions with respect to its preemptory strikes of this motion. However, we respectfully and regrettably disagree. The government's motions must be evaluated in light of the entire history of this investigation and prosecution, and not in isolation. Unfortunately, when considered against that background, it is impossible to believe that this motion is merely a good faith attempt to raise a valid question about the juror's integrity, rather than an effort to take advantage of an opportunity to strike yet another black male from the jury. There is no valid base to dismiss the juror. To begin with, as the court noted during the morning session on Friday, it does not have the discretion to remove a juror where there's a bias in the removal of the juror, or where there would be prejudice to the defendant, with prejudice meaning that the discharge is without factual support or for a legally irrelevant reason. Here, there would be a significant bias and prejudice to the defendant, and there is no factual support dismissing for the juror. First, there is no question Mr. Combs would be severely prejudiced if the juror in question were removed and replaced by the first alternate. We have previously pointed out that this juror is one of only 2 black men on the jury, but it should also be noted that he is a juror who is, and the letter continues and there's more to the filing. So they're really upset by this. Somebody states it's odd because it reads like the juror lives in New Jersey and he's been inconsistent when asked about living in New York. It's not unusual to date someone in Jersey, but he said he moved to Jersey. He's on a New York jury and has to be on a New York resident. So this is where the confusion lies. Diddy's lawyers are furious. He is a black man, and black men in the jury are powerful right now to Diddy's side because he himself is a black man, and therefore he needs that bias, and therefore him and his team are playing the race card. They want him to stay on. They don't want him to be removed. They want him to be maintaining a position because they believe they need him as a valuable asset, to the point where they're declaring a third mistrial attempt if the juror gets removed tomorrow. It's likely he's going to be removed. Judge Arun stated that over the weekend he's going to think about it, but this is where he wants it to be, for the man to be removed. But are you not embarrassed, Diddy's team? Diddy, are you not embarrassed? The third mistrial is about to get denied. 3 bail attempts denied. Everything just get denied and refused. You're trying to wiggle your way out of this and you're just being denied left, right, center, because they're really mad about this, guys. They're really mad about this, and they want this to get sorted out, but it's just not going to work in their favor. We're going to find out in 24 hours. Now, Diddy's sons have put out a happy Father's Day message in support of him, but is Quincy going to put out a happy Father's Day message for his real father, LB?
Last day, let's go with a bang!
Fix it. Fix it, Lord. Fix it. Fix the delusion. Fix the delusion of this man, Quincy. May he find the right path. May he go to the right optician, find the right glasses, and put them on and find out where his father really is, so he can see the light. He can see where his father is. He can see that Alpi is his biological father, but he wants to be dancing around these cameras. He wants to be dancing around these cameras, saying Happy Father's Day to P. Diddy, when that's not your biological father. Your real father is Alpi, but you're not saying Happy Father's Day to him. Fix it, Lord, please. Fix it. Fix it, fix it. These sons are all lost. These sons are lost sheep. They don't make any sense. Fix it, Lord, because they don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense to me. I'm so sorry. I'm just so confused by this scenario of Quincy and his denial of acknowledging his real father. In all honesty, is more interesting to me than the P. Diddy trial, because this is what we really need to find out. Quincy is the one that needs to be on trial, because we need to find out why you don't want to acknowledge your real father. It doesn't make sense to me. I ain't saying you got to be his bestie, but if you're out here saying Happy Father's Day to a man who's got indictments of RICO and trafficking, yet you don't even want to acknowledge your real biological father, there is some deep-seated self-hatred in that man, and he needs to figure out what it is, because a lot of men who don't figure out the deep-seated self-hatred within themselves, they then project it onto their women in relationships, either physically, emotionally, financially, and especially physically. I want to reiterate that. So this man really needs to figure out what the issue is inside, go to therapy, talk, have an emotional breakthrough, because you're probably projecting that on somebody else like a lot of men do. Do you understand? Men and therapy should go hand in hand. Do you understand? A man, when they're a baby, even when they come out the womb, child, they should already be in therapy, because they need to just come and fix it, because I don't understand. Excuse me? Like, you're really in a whole video dancing and etc. I just don't get it. I just don't understand. I don't know. We know that his children obviously put themselves up to this stuff because they were the ones who wanted to do the birthday message, the write up for Kim Porter. They were working with Diddy. They wrote up Diddy's apology. So this has got Diddy's elder sons written all over it. But these PR attempts are just not going to work, bro. They're just not going to work. I'm so sorry. We're going to find out in a couple of months or so what this man is going to get when it comes to a verdict, how many years he's going to get. What do you guys think? Do you guys think he's getting life? Do you think he's getting 10 years, 8 years, a year, 15? I also want to know what your thoughts are when it comes to that, because I don't understand. Brian Steele, guys, one of Diddy's lawyers, is really throwing Louis Taylor under the bus by mentioning TriStar, by mentioning Robin Greenhill, the people who basically were mechanisms in the conservatorship of Britney Spears. And so for Brian Steele to be throwing TriStar under the bus is frustrating to Louis. She's not going to like that. Robin is not going to like that as well. And it clearly goes to show you that Diddy's lawyers have been instructed to do anything to throw anybody under the bus to basically save him and make him look okay. Throwing TriStar under the bus, and they've got like a magnifying glass on them again, is not good news for their business, for the PR, publishing, and etc. Brian Steele doesn't owe any loyalty to them, of course, but these are ex-colleagues of Diddy. They used to work for him. Robin and Louis, they used to supply him stuff, help him financially, and etc. So of course they would have expected some kind of loyalty. They didn't expect their names to be thrown under the bus by one of Diddy's own lawyers, by the defense themselves. And it's just a warning to people who are close to Diddy. He don't give a damn about you. He wants to get out of prison. His bails have been denied 3 times. He wants to get the hell on. Subscribe, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it for the algorithm. Definitely click that button. It's just 1 click to subscribe. Send a tip if you guys wish to. There's a $sign there. So much is happening. Trying to stay on top of it. I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. Sorry if I look tired as well, but I want to get all of this content out for you guys. And I'll catch you guys soon for another video.